She is a gun that does not fire. We're not using weapons, so don't have any of those. Here we go. And when I cue you, I want everyone to clap big, guys. Here we go. And
So Jay and Silent Bob Reboot came about after years of Jason Mewes going like, we should do another Jay and Silent Bob movie. And I was like, you're out of your mind. Like, I can't believe we got away with that once. You know, I'd had issues with trust about Jason because he'd fallen down the drug hole so many times. So that was a reason why whenever he'd be like, let's do another Jay and Silent Bob, I was like, you know, that's cool. Because inside I was like, it was hard to make the last one because he was still kind of using and stuff like that before we started shooting the movie and getting him. First you had to get him off drugs and then go make the flick and constantly watch him and worry that what was he getting up to when he wasn't on set. But after hanging out with him while we were making the podcast for as long as we have and traveling the world and shit like that, I got to know him in a different way and trust him implicitly, like with my life. And so we had tried to make a Clerks 3 and that kind of didn't happen. And then we tried to make a Mallrats 2 and that didn't happen. Clerks I don't own, we sold it years ago to Miramax. Mallrats I don't own, Universal owns it. So I can't do anything with those unless they say I can. It was very frustrating, couldn't play with my own toys. Then I remembered, you know, we own Jay and Silent Bob. You don't have to ask anybody for permission to do that. If you want to make a Jay and Silent Bob movie, you can go right now and you can do it. He'd been clean for so long and like, you know, it just sounded fun. Like as I rolled it over in my head, I was like, what if we did like Jay and Silent Bob Reboot? And we would have, but then I had a heart attack.
Hey man, it's me, and I'm fine, kinda. I had a heart attack, a massive heart attack, and very nearly died the other night, Sunday night. I was doing 2 shows, which we were shooting for a comedy special. And after the first show, which was great, 2 hours, and I was like, oh shit, we got one more show, this is gonna be great. I started feeling nauseous.
I was the first one he called when he came out of the cath lab. And it was 3 o'clock in the morning, the phone rang, and I figured, well, okay, Kevin would call at that hour, or my daughter. And I picked it up and I said, hey, Kev, what are you doing this hour? I'm just cleaning the house. I was doing something anyhow. He said, Ma, I knew you'd be up, but I got to tell you something. He said, we're twins. I said, no, you're my son, I'm your mother. And he said, no, we're twins. I just had an LED opening up with the stent. He said, I was 99% blocked like you were. I go, what? Wait a minute. Is this a joke at 3 o'clock in the morning, Kevin? I don't find this one funny.
Growing up, I lost a lot of important people to me, but I was younger. But thank goodness, knock on wood, it's honestly has been many years since I've lost someone and had to deal with loss. I don't know, I like freaked out. I remember freaking out on the way there, and then I tried to calm down and be supportive.
And he goes, Mom, I swear. He said, I just got off the cath lab. You know, gurney, and the doctor was very successful, thank God.
Man, when I heard about it, it was just unbelievable. I mean, I just kept thinking, like, this just can't be true. This can't have happened.
And there was that sense of like, holy shit, one of my friends almost died? Like, you don't really think about that. And then you're like, oh yeah, that's right, we're old.
And he always tells me that there was a moment where he didn't know if he was going to make it, and in that moment he felt very peaceful, like he had done most everything that he wanted, and his life was so wonderful and beautiful. He wouldn't really want it any other way. But he's been wanting to make this film for so long that if there was one thing that he could go back and do, it would be this film.
Because, you know, when you almost die and shit, you're like, no more like, we'll get to it. It's like, we gotta go now, because time is, you don't know when your time's up and shit.
It was clearly such a vulnerable moment in our family. He could have told me that he wanted to do a sequel to Tusk, and I would have said yes.
it kind of, in many ways, like, was the impetus to live around. I'm not saying like I lived to make Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, but when we went back into the movie, like post heart attack, the movie took a different shape.
once he had recovered, which he recovered far more quickly than I did, I guess he really wanted to take a look at his life.
It kept changing. I kept rewriting, I kept adding things and leaning into the feels.
A year to the day of Kevin's heart attack, February 25th, was the day that principal shooting started. And to the day, 1 year later, we were shooting it.
Here we are, man, day one. Oh my Lord, it took so long to get here, man, including a near-death experience. But we're here to shoot day one. Today, we're gonna spend the day at the mall. We start Jay and Silent Bob Reboot by heading back to Mallrats country with Jason Lee. Brody is now graduated. Secret Stash has been read back. He's now moved it into the mall, which he always loved and whatnot, even though the mall is slowly dying. So there's a little bit of story there, and then we set up our main story for what happens in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, man. So I can't wait. This is me taking all my old toys out of the attic and playing with them. Jason Lee, one of my favorite toys to play with. I cannot wait to see what happens. The wall books,
Mention to
including
art department. Mention to Nate.
our whole history. Because it's like, I'll look at the movie the rest of my life, but like, why did I think I should put something like, I love it. I saw this and I was like, got it. Just a quick thank you from the bottom of my heart and the top of my head and everywhere else. It's going to be 21 days of shooting, over the course of which hopefully I will learn everybody's name and stuff. Never fail to come up to me if you have a question. It's some dopey shit that I sat in a room 2 years ago and was like, wouldn't that be funny? And here we are. Let's hope it is funny. I love you all. Let's rehearse.
I love the smell of commerce in the morning.
Jason Lee hadn't acted in a Red Hot Minute. 4 years, he said, when he came to play. But, you know, he was like riding a bike, or rather for Jason Lee, like riding a skateboard. He got right back on and was crushing it and stuff like that.
It's been a while. I haven't been on a set in a while because I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. And so to jump right back into it with all the Kevin Smith dialogue, it felt like shooting Mallrats all over again because I was new at that time. I was a newcomer. So there's a little bit of sort of dialogue choreography in a way, but it ultimately fits his world and his characters and the rhythm of it. So you go with it, and when it works, when you get it right and it works, it makes sense why it's that way.
This is my only day, so you guys.
Get it out.
Ocho for the win. Ocho. Yeah, I'm number 8 on the call sheet. Yeah, I demand respect.
Honestly, I'm excited to be back with Kevin. It's been a long time. And I hadn't worked with Jay since before I can remember. I mean, it's been a long, long time. I'm just happy he's alive, certainly, and survived that ordeal, and that he's back on a set in a mall and I was a part of it. Kind of a cool full circle thing. 25 years later after Mallrats was made.
Me, won't you go here?
Being in a comic book store with Jason Lee again was fantastic. Listening to his inflections was pitch perfect. It was like 1995 and 2001 and 1997 all over again. You know, I worked with Jason Lee a lot. Actors, please give it up for the man without whose gracious patience and talent we wouldn't have gotten through this day. Jason Lee, give it up. Hey man, so this is day 2. Clearly, I'm in costume. I don't dress like this all the time. I used to. But now I only put on the coat and the fake long hair when we're on a movie set. And clearly we're on a movie set. Look at this. Look at all the money. There's a crane, for heaven's sakes. Movie making is exactly like when you're a kid and you make pretend, just with lots more money.
for toys. God bless you. And disease, riddled with disease as well. Nothing compares to this, man. The make and pretend while growing up and whatnot. Emily, come on in. Do what you need to do.
I didn't know you were on camera.
Emily does my, say hello.
Hi.
She does my hair, makeup. Was grooming?
Grooming.
She's the one who put this fake hair on me. This hair is attached to the hat. So you could like take it off and put it on. I don't have to deal with extensions or anything like that. So low tech. We figured this out on Clerks 2 because Jeff Anderson wanted a little ducktail. He didn't want long hair, so we just sewed the hair into the back of his hat. So every time he put it on, boom, he had somewhat longish hair. So I was always dreaming, like, if we ever did Silent Bob again, I would do that. And we did it. This is the show where dreams come true. And my dreams are to sew hair into the back of a baseball cap. In any event, welcome to day 2. Oh my God!
Wait, can I go back? I missed my butt.
No, please. You see it every day.
I know, for some of us, it's a rare treat. So what we got going on in this scene is Jay finds out that his kid in the movie, who is my kid in real life, is getting into a van with what he thinks is an unsavory character. So he goes over to the van, pulls the dude out, and beats the shit out of him. This is so close to the real Jason Mewes, who has his own daughter, who's, what, 3.5, almost 4? This is the preview of what's going to happen when she starts dating.
Hopefully she never dates, but if she does, yes, hopefully without the physical violence, because I don't want to go to jail, but hopefully my stare will be enough to keep him away.
Let me see that stare. Give the camera the stare. So there's some 15-year-old punk showed up at your front door, and he's like, hey, what about them donuts? What do you say?
Behind the camera, for example. He seems like a creepy, savory guy.
Give him a look. Yeah, I ain't gonna do it. That guy's going for your daughter regardless. You might need a gun.
You here to see my daughter?
So my character, her name is Millennium Falcon, and she is the daughter of Justice and Jay. She's just super tough and kind of refuses to take any shit, which I really dig.
It was interesting for me because, you know, just knowing her growing up personally and just seeing her as an actress, that was amazing. Her playing my daughter and the relationship we had as actors and characters. It was surreal, I guess, I could say is the word.
Again, even though she didn't grow up around Jay, I feel like just by virtue of genetics, like how I am somehow exactly like my dad sometimes, I think she does definitely have moments where Jay shines out of her.
Whole pre-production, or 2 years leading up to making the movie, it was like, we have to shoot in Jersey, at least for the quick stop sequence. I'm not saying we gotta shoot the whole movie there, but like, quick stop is quick stop. You can't duplicate that shit anywhere in the world, like people would know, so we gotta go back there. The locations department showed me a picture of this building that Nate, the production designer, did such a great job, put a few quick stop signs on. And I was like, wow, that does kind of look like Quick Stop. That's f***ed up. How close can you get?
Thank you. Good morning.
Isn't that amazing? This, what stands behind us, represents not only an engineering marvel, but a set decorative marvel, a production design marvel. And standing beside me is production designer Nate. Say hi, Nate.
Hey.
Now, Nate, for my money, should win an Academy Award. I forgot that we work in the movie business, and anything can be replicated. Literally anything. I mean, you could have green screened this and did it in post. But Nate went out with Ashley, our production designer. They found a building that was so Quick Stop-like that they were able to do this, man. And now they skinned the out of it and created the block of stores, man. And I cried, Nate, when they got footage. I talked about it, looked at it, I just got so emotional. I was like, this is the crux of everything that I became in life. I'm gonna cry again thinking about it.
two people in the world who you could never fool. Me and the other guy whose whole life is tied into this building, Brian O'Halloran. And Brian O'Halloran pulled up and was like, it's a clone. We were just going, this is uncanny. Like, and again, we all work in the movie business, so there should be like some sort of like, yeah, you can replicate. They do it all the time. But this one is like somebody replicated my heart. This guy took, here in Louisiana, he replicated the most banal real estate in New Jersey that is the most important real estate to me.
One of the interesting things about a Kevin Smith set is he is just a creative maestro, and I just like to feel like the triangle in the back of the orchestra that he points at that crucial moment and says, "Nervous cop." Ting.
And action. Oh shit.
No, I'm not even supposed to be here today.
All right, the reason why my name is Captain Daniel Steele is one of the executive producers on the show knew me back in the day, and she knew me as a guy that loved Hootie and the Blowfish and loved to read Danielle Steele novels. And it's because deep down in my heart, I'm a very sensitive police officer that believes in love.
This is the Leonardo Police Department. You're under arrest for suspicion of drug trafficking. Drop your plants now.
So here we are in front of Quick Stop doing a sequence that I wrote not for Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, but originally for Clerks 3. We were supposed to do this at the opening of Clerks 3. So that means I wrote this, let me see, if 2 years ago was Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, 4 or 5 years ago at this point. So seeing it come to life finally is like a dream come true. It was crazy watching him run out and do the tuck. The whole movie is like a greatest hits album, so we pulled back every gag that ever worked and stuff.
Hello, young man.
Thank you guys. Where we're at? Well, I have to say, but you have to tell me. Yes, where we're at.
Now, hold on. While we're all here, shouldn't we take a group picture shot in front of the Quick Stop?
Yeah.
Group cast and crew picture in front of the Quick Stop.
This is day 4, man, and on day 4 and 5, we're going to be on a stage, a sound stage. Now, when you think sound stage, you're like, Hollywood soundstage. But Louisiana, like Vancouver, where I go do Flash and Supergirl sometimes, so much production happening here. They don't have, like, all the sound stages are taken, so they just convert old warehouse spaces into sound stages. So today we're going to be on one of those sound stages, shooting some green screen stuff, movie magic. Let's go check it out.
Oh, hey there, boss. All your different styles of glasses you have.
Yes.
Because Kevin used to wear glasses with just glass, like no
Oh,
prescription.
I'm perfectly good. No. I would not wear them if they.
Hey, yo, how did these go?
Yeah, we're putting these in now.
I gotta say though, they
Looks
actually.
like you should run a studio in 70.
I don't know this. Did I think I might need glasses?
I was like, whoa, I jumped back and another car was
Cut.
Yeah, like as soon as you see the flame come out, blow it out, blow in, blow out, blow in, blow out. Out. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, and just don't inhale it ever. Yeah. It's so weird. I don't know why.
Weird day. The kid had to light a joint, a fake joint, much to my chagrin, in the scene and blow smoke, but she'd never really smoked before, she says. And based on what I saw, I think that's the case. So oddly enough, Jason had to teach her to smoke. Took nearly 20 years, but he finally taught my kid how to smoke. I don't know how to feel about that. Not proud. But it was when we turned around on Trishelle, that was when I was like, oh my God, this scene is magic. She is just so the light. She's so wonderful. She turned, smiled into that camera and stuff. And you know, she's kind of the girl Silent Bob in our picture. So maybe that's why I feel very affectionate toward that, the character and the performance and the actress giving the performance. But that warmed my heart today. I know we're making a comedy and, you know, we're supposed to be making people laugh and shit. But movie magic is movie magic. And when she turned into her, you know, close-up, looking back from the front of the car, that was truly movie magic, man.
Holy shit, that's weed.
That's right.
Where'd you get it?
From her.
Where'd she get it?
Soapy lives on a commune in Oregon where deaf people grow the best weed in the West.
Deaf people know how to grow weed?
What's it like working with Jay?
I love that. I don't know if I should say the M word, motherfucker. Or fatherfucker. We were louder about that. So he is so dope.
He is so fun. Like in the morning he comes into the makeup trailer and he's like singing songs. It's just, he's like a big brother that you're just like, you keep being you, Jay.
I think he's so incredibly talented. One of the worst things an actor can do can be like, oh, the coverage is not me, I'm gonna go. Jay, however, is constantly always like, where do I need to be for you? What can I give you? And then he's giving it 100% every time, whether or not he's on the camera. And he makes it so fun. I mean, really, there's no end to the madness. Literally every day he's doing something so funny. I'm losing my mind.
Writers.
That motherfucker,
So good.
We've only had spell check. Nang! Man, that's what's going on? You're taking chicken to China, the Chinese chicken, to go see that white man bullshit? Oh, what? What? In the butt. What?
That's it. We have no more work left today. We've shot everything we could possibly shoot. Have a fantastic Mardi Gras weekend. Get real up. Come back to work on Monday for one day. We take Tuesday off, get up again, then come back to work for a half week of Wednesday to Friday, man. I love my NOLA crew. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. That's a wrap. Good night.
So, you know, Kevin, one of his favorite parts of making a movie is editing it. And he literally starts as soon as he has footage while we're shooting.
And how I like to work is when I'm making the flick, I cut together as much as I can every night so that I can show people what the movie looks like. So they can be, you know, I know what it looks like in my head, but the job as such is you're always trying to explain to people, this is what I want, this is what I look for. It's easier to just be like, here, look what you did. This is what we did it.
So he started editing in New Orleans and would bring the footage to tape, as he does pretty much on every movie. Didn't sleep. He was too excited. Like it's always just such a mystery to me. He shoots for 12 hours, 15 hours a day, comes home and sits down and edits, I think until his head hits the desk, and he'll sleep for maybe 2 hours and then get up and shoot again. It is inhuman. Like, I don't know how he does it, but that's just the way that he operates.
And that's really beneficial because people are self-correcting animals, right? So if you show someone a scene and, you know, whether they're the actor or the gaffer or the costume designer or the production designer or DP, they're going to look at that clip in a different way than you are. I'm looking at the overall in the God seat going like, this is the movie. This totally works. They're looking at that sequence going like, oh man, I could have made that light hotter. Today, if I get another chance, I'm going to do a different scene, but I'm going to correct that. I'm going to make that better.
It's great. You guys are doing a great job, ladies and gentlemen. I like the movie you're making very much. Much better than the one I had in my head and heart when I was about to start this flick. You guys know what you're doing, thankfully. But yeah, it's been great. It's a great weekend. But I didn't see the light of day at all.
I want to take a picture of us.
Real issue. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? We're going to take a lot of pictures, about 24%. So today we're in court. They're doing the big courtroom scene with Jay and Silent Bob. Lots of cameos and whatnot, actors coming in for the day to be in the movie and then off forever and stuff like that. One of those is an actress who is also a producer. Tell them your name.
Jordan. I'm not an actress.
Yes, you are. Today, Jordan is going to lead Jay and Silent Bob into court, but it's also meta enjoyable for me and Jay and Silent Bob because that's what Jordan does all day in real life. She's a cop who escorts Jay and Silent Bob everywhere they need to go.
I try to keep them on the straight and narrow.
And action. Docket number 38, Hollywood Motion Picture Company B, Jay and Silent Bob.
Because he's editing in his mind. I mean, he's editing as we're shooting, so he knows the pieces he needs, but he also encourages improvisation and keeps it very open. So it's a very fertile environment for comedy, I think, because he's very encouraging and playful and. You know, he has what my favorite directors have, which is just that like sense of play, like a kid in a sandbox. You know,
it's so loose and laid back, yet he runs a tight ship.
I was a junior in high school. We were all obsessed with Clerks. I mean, you know, Kevin said, "Come on out and let's reboot this movie and come do something." It was like I didn't even read it. Yes, okay, let's go.
One thing, he's like the most positive, like athletic coach. He like gives you pep talks before every setup. It's really positive and sweet in that way. And you also know he knows exactly what he wants. So you're just like fully trust that, which is so nice.
Hey everybody, happy Mardi Gras, man. Enjoy the day off. You guys earned an incredible Dude, thanks, man. We're gonna take one picture for you.
Pack your ass, my good man. Time to kick back, drink some beers, and smoke some weed.
Yeah.
You got that? Yeah, okay.
Everybody and take pics and stuff. Sorry we started as quickly as we did this morning, but they're doing a visual effect to make it look like we've got 1,000 people and stuff. So far it looks fantastic. You are all so beautiful, man. So creative and shit like that. Thank you for coming down. We'll be talking throughout the entire day, but it'll be easier when we're inside. So I'll see you guys there. See you guys inside in a couple minutes. All right, man, so this is the big exterior of Chronicon day. Chronicon takes up a good portion of our shoot. In Chronicon, as you can see, it's a sea of me. Like, basically, our world is based on the Blunt Man and Chronic, which means you get to have a sea of Jay and Silent Bob's, a sea of Blunt Man and Chronics, anything that played in that movie. Now, they're not referencing Jay and Silent Bob, they're referencing Biggs and Vanderbeek. See how meta and weird it gets? So this whole Chronicon, man, it's like Jay came into my trailer this morning and was like, everyone looks like us. and he was delighted by that.
Thank you guys very, very much.
Can't thank you enough, ladies and gentlemen, man. Thank you for making the trip. I know I'm going to see some of you in a few days as well. Everyone got on camera. You all look good, man. Like, it means the absolute world. You need anything from me in the future? I owe you one and shit. Anything but money is yours. But what we could do is, if you guys are going in for lunch, I'll pop in there with Jay and we'll say goodbye to everybody, man. Thanks for being here. I'll see you later. Clarity. Please, no posting of pictures. If you want to post a picture of me and you, that's totally fine. But nothing that you saw today or anything, keep quiet. Yeah, I'm not even in the costume.
They're also
I mean, I think honestly, I think it's okay. Like, everyone knew we were doing Jay and Bob Extra. So yeah, but try to, like, keep spoilery shit off the internet. All right, so you have your cell phones ready, hand to me. I'm gonna bang it, and then you're gonna go that way. So we'll keep moving this way. I'll join you on the floor. Here we go. All right, I'll see you out there, kids.
Got blunt. Got weed.
We back at it again, nigga. Holy shit, Sound Bob, look, it's Method in Red.
How do myself and Redman play into this reboot of Silent J and Bob? You heard how I said it? I said Silent J and Bob, son.
Silent J and Bob?
Yeah, Silent Bob and Jay. Well, okay, the way me and Redman play into it is something happens to Jay's character and Bob's character where they slip something. And they slip into this this haze, so to speak, into this dreamland. Yeah, where we happen to be at the moment.
You still rolling? Bitches! Don't snooze the cooch! No! 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 I did Juilliard, damn it! No! No! We will not be doing this scene until I get my smoke! I want my smoke!
So it was like, you know, we went in there and did what we had to do, and he was appreciated and he loved it, and we was out of there. It wasn't, we had to shoot 8 or 9 different times. He got what he wanted. The energy was good on the set, most of all. Everyone from because we're at MF, we believe in treating our kings like pawns, pawns like kings. So when we walk on the set, we try to bring a good energy. And I believe
all the time.
A good energy on the set will execute a great movie at the end of the day.
Infectious. Well, I have 2 phrases I like. Moving on, it's a wrap. That's when you know you got it.
And that line again?
Which one?
No, that's another line you like. You said it real smooth, like you used to it and shit. It was just like when you.
Oh, line?
Yeah, line.
Line?
I gotta use that.
You gotta use that? Yeah, that was
line.
legendary. See, I've been on a couple of sets.
Line.
You know.
I forgot. Line.
Yeah, that's all you do. You just scream out line, they'll feed it to you, and then you reset and go back at it.
Okay, now we go to work. Good morning, everybody. How are you, Captain?
Look at the gorgeous shots we
So
set up
ready.
for you.
So ready.
Are you? Get
Good
the
morning,
fucking
everybody.
thing out of my face.
Welcome back to the end of week 2. So good.
Hi, Howard. So, take a look. This just fell off the truck here, so we'll adjust. Okay, so let's take a look. This is your big hind wide.
Ooh, that looks mean and cool.
And then this would be later POV. I just gotta pan some of the lights off after we're done with this,
Oh,
so it doesn't
sweet.
look too bright towards camera because in theory.
Man, this movie's the gift that keeps on giving. All right, man, you distract these racist fucks by hotboxing with some fucking berserker.
You did a nice lean in the window, in the dash. That looks great.
Hang in there, Jay. It'll be okay, Jay. It's gonna be okay.
Thanks, baby.
You know that?
I think we'll take
I hope so.
Because it did. This is
I hope so.
following that in the movie.
What are we doing?
We've already done
Berserker.
Hey, Chris. Everybody else, Chris. When you start walking. All right. So, on the right here, everybody, just for rehearsal.
Are they all here?
Who the f*** are you?
I'm going anyway. Let's talk about something important. Today is International Women's Day. This movie doesn't exist. We don't have a job without the women who are the people who produce the movie, man. Give it up for the international women on our crew. Thank you. And then, give it up for our international women sitting right up in the truck. Give it up for the girls. The whole reason we all got jobs tonight is because Liz, Tracy, Jordan, they put in their hard time and effort over the course of 2 years to find the loot to make this happen, man. So we get to be here tonight on the strength of female empowerment, thank Christ. That's the best commercial for inclusivity I could think of, man. So I thank these ladies and all the women in our business from the bottom of my heart, man. I get to tell my goofy little stories because of you guys. I like to think of myself as a very powerful individual, but this man could not get shit done by himself. I thank you ladies for doing it for me. Let's make a movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's not going anywhere, Josh. That hat is really out of context.
All right, so tonight was the second time I got to work with the great Chris Jericho. The first time was in Florida a couple months back on this horror anthology I'm doing with the kids in Sarasota at the Ringling School called Kilroy was here. It reminded me of the Method and Red shoot, a shoot from last night. Going into that night on Kilroy, you were the X Factor, because I was like, well, I've done everything else, but I've never worked with Chris. What will that be like? And Chris, like, I hit the ground running. So we brought him back, and he made the scene even better by virtue of the fact when we told him, hey man, you're gonna play the clan leader. And it's what's so like ironic is like Chris is like one of the sweetest guys in the world. Number one, he's raised well. Number two, he's raised Canadian. So even though, of course, the wrestling personality, you were both sides, right? Good guy, bad guy.
Well, yeah, but you're playing a part. You're playing a character in that. And that's one thing I love about working with you the 2 times that we've done it so far, is that it's not like, okay, Chris is going to be the bouncer, or Chris is going to be the assassin, whatever. It's like fun parts that you do stuff to show other elements of yourself as a performer, as an actor. So it all comes from the same place, whether you're performing in wrestling or whether you're a Shakespearean actor, whether you're doing a movie, you have to commit to it and connect.
Man, you crushed it tonight. Isn't that sweetness is Jericho? There it is.
Important, and we don't want anyone getting hurt or stressed out whatsoever. Any other questions from anybody about what we're doing? Anyone?
No question, but 2 statements. Can I go? Number one, man, give it up for the boys who are taking the shit for us, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2, Eddie had the joke of the day. Say it out loud, Eddie.
The shit's about to hit the clan.
The shit's about to hit the clan. Oh boy, man. Well done.
Hey guys, have a great week. We got busy next week. Thank you very much.
And that's a picture up by Chris Jericho. It's you know what's weird is to make a View Askewniverse movie in a post-Marvel world. Because the last time I was making these movies, I was the only one that had a cinematic universe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they made movies with sequels and shit like that, but like a universe where it's like this movie has a different title from this movie, but these characters know each other and these characters come into this movie and shit like that. And we were able to do that across a couple different companies, like Miramax, Universal had Mallrats, later on the Weinstein Company and stuff. So, you know, it's the first time I went back to play with my movie universe since Marvel defined for most people what a movie universe is. I built my entire life on the back. I sounded like Matthew McConaughey. Live. I built my entire life on the backs of these fictional characters, and so to be able to pull them out and play with them again and put them all in one movie and stuff. And at one point, somebody was like, "Oh, like it's like your Avengers," and I was like, "No, the Avengers is their Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back." We found it, kids. We're in the Blunt Cave. This is crazy. I thought we'd be doing this pretty much as green screen, but Nate built
a piece of the Blunt Cave to interact with. So it's literally just like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. We got a Blunt Cave again. So today is green screen day in the Blunt Cave. It's a 4-person scene, but only one of the performers is here. Thankfully, that performer is the great Melissa Benoist from Supergirl, and she's used to on that show. I know from the fact because I've seen it. So it was awesome when I saw her this morning. They brought her in very early to like try on the costume and shit. Like I think she had a 5 a.m. pickup, and it's like maybe 9:30 or 10 o'clock now and stuff. So she'd been waiting around a minute. I mean, it was adorable. She goes, "I don't have to act like Jay, do I?" I was like, "You do whatever you want in that role." So we're gonna play in the Blunt Cave today, day 1 of 2.
Kevin was telling me apparently you're very good at this.
We have the right person for today. All right.
Whatever we can do to help.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Let's look at the first one. First one of the day. Letting this fine actress your energy, ladies and gentlemen. And action.
Kevin Smith is quite possibly the best person in the industry to work with because his sets are different than any set you will ever walk on. It's music's playing and everyone's clapping between every take. He's so supportive and encouraging and like literally the sweetest, biggest softie you'll ever meet. And he just wants everyone to have fun. So that just innately brings out the best in people. I didn't even mean to do that.
Welcome back to a Music Universe picture, Rosario Dawson! All right, so this is day 5, 6, 7. No, 6. No, 11. I know. Math, no good. English, pretty good. 11, day 11 on Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. It took us 11 days to get to this. Rosario's here. How's it been to be back in View Askew Land?
Incredible. I love you. I missed you. I love you. I missed you. I'm sorry I couldn't bring my daughter so we could have play dates. I think it's so funny that we're all grown-ups now and still up to shenanigans.
And action.
Just say. Shoot. I'm massaging a fake person in front of me. No, I'm just enjoying. I don't know why I'm like fake trademarking.
You should have brought some, then we could show. Can you?
Look, man, Shannon's back. Say hi.
Hi.
See, it wasn't really a sequel. We're not quite sure what the movie is. It's called Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, and that's more of a joke and a play on, like, you know, we make fun of reboots and stuff. But technically, this movie is what they call a requel, which is a reboot and a sequel at the same time, which is kind of what Force Awakens was. But erase all that modern day terminology. It did not feel like a sequel until yesterday when Shannon came on set and suddenly was like, oh shit, this is literally part 2. Man, what does it feel like to be back?
Amazing, so much fun, and I'm so grateful you included me.
How could I not, man? We literally couldn't move forward on the story without the mom, and you're the mom, man. And it's also like the nice idea of like, I've watched that movie for years, and it was like, that relationship would never work. So we get to say, of course it didn't work, but like something came from it and shit. But Shannon's doing the Lord's work, man. Like, we had to bring her out of Africa literally out of Africa, because she's over there doing the noble shit. Tell them what you do.
I'm living in South Africa right now, working on my foundation, the Shannon Elizabeth Foundation, and we're doing initiatives to help with the poaching crisis and help change laws and help buy some like land to protect the land and uplift the surrounding community and build a lodge, and we're about to come out with Rhino Review, which will be one of our first big initiatives.
I nearly cried when you just told that story again, but doesn't that make you ashamed that you're like, we want justice back in the movie? You stopping this woman from saving an elephant, you pricks, because of your nostalgia, because of your sentimentality. Oh, we need justice back. Let this poor woman go back to Africa and rescue the big 5, you pricks. You're doing the Lord's work.
Thank you.
Come on. Anybody saving elephants and rhinos? What have you done with your day? Jerked off, am I right? Me too.
Thank you, everybody. It was great to sweat with all of you.
She's killed squirrel.
What?
She's killed 3 squirrels. Yeah.
Put that dog down.
Look, it's you. Look. She's like, I don't care.
No, I don't.
Dano, I walked from this movie with the most important life lesson. If on the best jobs, you actually grow as a person.
Yes.
Dano has a wonderful. He did. I don't know if he intentionally did it. But anytime I jump out of my manager bag, Dano had this wonderful way of. He goes, "Nobody's saying no."
Yeah, no, I'm not. Listen, Kevin.
I'm not.
Kevin, I'm not saying no to you, but I need
Not
to
just
explain.
the sentiment, but the arm touch that made me go, "Oh my God, I am behaving like a child, aren't I?" Because only a child is like, "What do you mean we can't?" And he's like, "I'm not saying no."
Yeah.
There are 9 days left to our show, and we started with 21, so obviously we're at less than half at this point. I can do math, simple math, and simple math tells me that it's all slipping away very quickly, as it does every day in life and whatnot. Like sands through the hourglass, these are the days of our lives, as my mother used to watch that soap opera. But it's almost done, and I realized there have been times as we've been making the movie where through stress or production or whatever, that perhaps you've seen me jump out of my manager bag. If you ever saw me get testy with the man without whom we're not standing here, the guy without whom I didn't get to make this journey in the first place, the guy who said funny shit to me when he was 16 years old, and I was like, I could build an entire career on that and shit. Then if I'm being testy to that guy, then who the am I? So it's not a big deal. It's not like people came up to me and said like, you should fucking say shit, but I got a conscience. And as I sat there cutting footage, I see a version of myself sometimes that I prefer not to be, particularly when it comes to my good friend Jason Mewes. So I just want to take the moment to apologize to Jason for any time that I ever got short with him and stuff like that. That's not the person he is to me. And sadly, it's, you learn some shit about yourself in production, and what I learned is that under stress, I will target the people who are closest to me, thinking like they could take it. There's no reason in the world he should take it. I wouldn't be here without him, so sorry, bro. Now you make a speech!
So Brian's back, and we're doing Brian in multiple roles. So he starts the movie as Dante Hicks with a Van Dyke. That's a lot of people are like goatee. It's not a goatee, it's a Van Dyke. Then he comes back as Grant Hicks, the TV news journalist from Dogma. Hence, all he has to do is shave this part, the Van Dyke, and turn it into a mustache. Then he will shave it a third time and take the mustache completely off, and he'll be playing Brian O'Halloran at the con. What is it like to be the new Walt Flanagan, the new Lon Chaney of the 21st century?
Well, I got to say that when I first read the whole script and saw the roles that were out there, I'm like, oh, this is a perfect chance to bring in every Hicks that ever lived.
This is the movie for it, man.
You know, there's so much going on in this. Like, me playing 3 roles will be a blink in the eye compared to what else is going on in this film.
And will absolutely be delightful for like true fans who are like, there's Brian, there's Brian, there's Brian, man. So it's totally worth doing. And Brian's cool about coming back, because we shot Dante and out exterior quick stop like week 1 or something like that. So here we are in week 3 and he's back for this. And then you're back in week 4 for the con, man. He's with us 3 of the 4 weeks we were shooting. Is that too much? Is that cool?
No, you want to see that it's glowing.
Like 10 years ago, it's crazy.
Are you doing slow motion?
Eddie?
The whole dance?
Yeah, what do you got?
Beautiful. I'm happy. Shannon came all the way from Africa and crushed it. Give it up for Shannon. There's somebody whose performance was eerily convincing as he got railed from behind. Give it up for Jason Mewes. And give it up for the dirty little cuck who watched, Brian O'Halloran. So today is airport day. Look, this is the airport in New Orleans. If you were to come in for Mardi Gras or any other reason, man, there's lots of reasons to come to New Orleans, not just Mardi Gras, but like, let's say you were a college kid and you're like, oh, I got f***ed up at Mardi Gras. You come in this airport. This ain't movie magic. This is a real airport, man. We flew in here to make the movie, and now we get to make the movie here at the airport. So incredibly weird to be at the airport with no travel agenda whatsoever, man. We're going to shoot some funny shit.
Do you want the wild look, or you don't in the wild look?
No, because that's not.
I'll get back there. All right, I'm done.
Guy.
Yeah, your airplane.
All right, bye-bye. Bye, y'all. Go yourself.
Or do it again under my breath. Let me do it.
Those things are kind of made up.
Great Molly Shannon. Here we are at Movies, an eatery that absolutely exists in the real world. Was once a beignet place, now serves fake burgers, all because of this man. You crushed on Movies. How do you feel?
Sir. I feel like I did it. I'm eating it.
That's your damn Skippy. Now, there are three big showpieces that you had to worry about this whole movie. The Quick Stop, which you crushed. This, which you crushed. All that's left is Chronicon. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm going to lose some sleep still.
Cigarettes? We weren't smoking cigarettes, man. We were smoking that weed.
You're smoking marijuana? Ah, you guys are so brave.
I was scared to get busted by the cops, so I never tried weed my whole life.
You guys are so brave.
Kevin really hangs out. He really is around as opposed to just disappearing behind a screen or a tent or something. He's just there, which is great. So the vibe is fantastic. Now, what if the vibe was bad? I would go like this. I'd go, it's very interesting, and sometimes we feed off the tension. That's how I would present it. I'd spin it into a positive, but that's what I would say. Working with Jay, because I know Kevin, I was a little starstruck because I see Jay as such a real character that watching him, I'm always like, is that guy real? Because just his style and the way he talks and stuff, because that accent real. So meeting him, I've never met him before, I was a little starstruck. It was like seeing a unicorn or something. I was like, wow, that's the actual guy. And his hair really is long, which is another weird thing where I'm like, that must be a wig, and it was not a wig.
Two cameras. Hey, Mark.
You, Mark? Somebody out here yell action for me, too, so Kevin can hear it.
You know what I'm saying? We got a pitch real quick.
Got a little pitch.
Mandel's got a pitch. Eventually, take it right up to the window.
Go right to the window. So you're
And
like,
then just
help
before he's
me,
about to
help
pound,
me.
you guys can grab him after that. You can be screaming the whole time. We'll just be oblivious.
So, so no running.
Start there, yeah. You can totally start there, but eventually head up there.
Yep. Turn it around.
Yeah, you'll end up going this way.
Yeah. Go to the bushes, over the bush would be amazing. He was like, why don't you have him run up to the window? I was like, well, because I'm stupid. And so that worked out very nicely. Thank you. Hey, before we get going, man, welcome to the family. Kate Bakucci, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a great time. There's a lot of cheering that happens. There's a lot of like, here we go. Let's give it up for like so and so. Like you get pumped up in a way that like before you have every take, you're like feeling like $1 million, and that's kind of special.
You did not just offer me your old man dick. Okay, fine. Whip it out. Come on, I want to show you a magic trick where I take one cock and make 2 dicks. Miss McKenzie!
What is going on here?
This old fool just eggplanted me.
I'm 47 and I have no idea what that means.
One of my favorite moments of Reboot was being able to give Silent Bob his first on-screen kiss as Missy McKenzie. So that was fun.
So tonight we made history on the set of Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I've been playing this character for 25 years. Silent Bob has never had an on-screen kiss, with the exception of the. Where are you going? Get the in here.
You were shooting.
It's all. We were waiting for you. We set it up so you could dramatically enter and shit. Married to the world's worst filmmaker.
Amateur.
Total amateur. Am I right?
I'm just kidding. I wasn't talking about Jen.
He was yelling at me to come outside. I didn't know that.
May I go back to my piece?
No.
Silent Bob never had an on-screen kiss. Once, Suzanne the orangutan kissed him at the end of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And if you watch the face of the actor playing the character Silent Bob when that orangutan goes in for the kiss, sheer terror. No performance. Tonight was the exact same thing, because Silent Bob had his first on-screen kiss with a human being, and it was sheer terror. It was almost the same expression. But the good news is the kiss was with her. So I've had tons of practice, man. My wife, Jennifer. Say hello.
Hello.
So Jen comes back. She's...
Okay, why were you scared about the on-screen kiss with me?
The beat was played with terror. Would you shut the up? Oh my God, you're ruining everything. Stand here and just look pretty.
You stand here and just look pretty.
Anyway.
Knock that cap off your
Don't
head
do
and
it.
See what happens. The hair comes with it.
Don't do it. Tonight we kissed, and although now I'm starting to have regrets and second feeling doubt, I don't want to. So anyway, we kissed. Come on in. I see there's a question from the audience. Yes, young stranger.
Do you feel like it was more terrifying getting ready to do your first on-screen kiss with a lady, being your wife, or watching your wife make out with someone else? Because I think it was more horrifying, the latter. Is that correct? Did I say it right? The latter?
So what? Because she made out with Brian O'Halloran and Clerks.
Want to see? Yeah, it upset me to see that. Even though it was acting, but you know, I didn't want to see that.
So wait, the root of your question is what? Would I rather watch her make out with Brian O'Halloran or make out with myself?
Not
The answer is-
What was more terrifying? Your first kiss? You said you were terrified.
Why was I? Why there was no? I was terrified when I had to kiss the orangutan because I thought I was going to eat my face. But here I wasn't terrified at all. I've got 20 years practice macking on this fine piece of. So yeah, it was like. It was typecasting. There's no acting whatsoever. They said action, and I wasn't acting. It was all real.
He was no vegan in that situation.
That's
his story.
No vegan?
Yeah, he was kissing girls.
You wanted to go someplace so dirty, and you forgot my wife was standing right there.
#MeViews.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you for waiting.
Fred Armisen on the roof.
Stand by. Ready? Here we go.
Now this upper hand, it's holding some scalding hot hater tots.
It's the end of week 3, man. 3 weeks into this bitch, and now it's all over. I have so much footage I could cut. We've now shot more of the movie than not, and all that's left is the 3rd act, man. All next week, and then a few days after that, we'll be doing the Chronicon. So this is it, man. I'm eating it.
Playing with our continuity, we play pretty strict and then fast and loose. People would always come to me and, what about this? I'm like, no, that happened to these people. Like somebody at Chronicon was carrying a copy of Mallrats. And, I saw it in the frame and I was like, no, Mallrats is the story of their lives. Mallrats can't happen here. Since Kevin Smith is a character in the movie, that complicates things even more because it's like, well, we all know Kevin Smith made Mallrats, but in the world of View Askew, in the View Askew universe, Kevin Smith didn't.
All right,
All
now.
right, folks, we're about to take a look at the future, man. Give it up for the folks we're going to spend the first part of the morning with. DJ Bader's here, man. Returning royalties. And then behind him at that door, there's Keith Coogan. Keith Coogan. And of course, as we always, Jason Mewes.
Yeah. Woo! All right, so we're over this one.
Right?
I've been on a bunch of cult movies, and it's really fun to be a part of that because people that love it truly love it. It's really genuine and sweet, and it's a lovely thing. Because here's the thing about Kevin, everything that he does really comes from his heart. He's a genuinely nice person. And so when he talks about cons and about people that come to Comic-Con, it comes from a place of real love and respect. And it's not to make fun of these people, but it's to have fun with them.
Jay and Silent Bob are still so appealing because they are the everyman, and every fan can crawl in and be like Jay and Silent Bob because they don't understand that they're the heroes of the piece.
Still got it.
I know.
Hilarious. This is a panel room at BluntCon, man. Like, I've sat on many a panel over my professional career as Kevin Smith, and this is what it looks like. So in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, we took you into one part of my world, which was movie making. So we went to Miramax Studios and busted in on various movies getting made. In Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, we enter my other world, which is con world.
The first Jay and Silent Bob, I remember we did it in LA.
I remember it was one afternoon.
One afternoon.
And I must say, based on the amount of time it took to shoot that movie, the response
versus the response, the ratio of work to response is, yeah.
It's the most outsized of any project I've ever done.
I get a lot of Jay and Silent Bob as well. Yeah,
Same.
it's pretty crazy. Well, I mean, Kevin has the best fans in the world, right? Like the most dedicated. Will go see anything he does. They love him. It's amazing.
Best fans in the world, except for my fans. Love you.
My fans suck because any fan of mine must be a complete moron. So I've been literally waiting for them to do a Jay and Silent Bob reboot for 13 years. I was like, they're never going to, but I've just basically been waiting for the phone to ring for this reason.
Kept his schedule clear.
Clear.
Oh! Came all the way from fucking New Jersey, man. Give it up for Ryan Walton.
Why is Hollywood so infatuated with the reboot, man? The remake.
I personally think it boils down to two things. One, money.
Okay.
Easy money. And
Okay.
two, there are no original ideas anymore.
Well, there were never any original ideas,
Right.
but
No, I think that's the answer that everybody likes to give and bash Hollywood. Everybody's always bashing Hollywood.
Poor Hollywood, right? What did they ever do?
I think it's genius that he's taking the reboot into his own hands and kind of mocking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, as only Kevin Smith can, which is kind of awesome.
So in the flick, we got to do a Clerks scene and bring everybody back for a Clerks panel at Chronicon. And it was surreal and wonderful because 26 years after we made that movie, here we all are making another movie. It's kind of nuts and stuff. So it was great, and it was one of the only special effects shots in the entire movie, which is ironic because the first movie was made for like 27 grand. The shot of the Clerks crew in this movie costs more than Clerks cost. Okay, so this is Chronicon, which is the idea is that in the movie Blunt Man and Chronic was a real movie back in 2001, built a small fan base, and resulted in this Chronicon. A bunch of fans put on a convention based around love of this old movie. But how we got to Chronicon was more, it wasn't my first idea. Originally, Jay and Silent Bob were headed to Comic-Con in San Diego. And then I started thinking about it logically, and I was like, I can't get the licenses for Batman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, blah, 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 anything, Avatar, anything you would like to see at a real con. If you go to San Diego Comic-Con, you see a bunch of IP, intellectual property. And I couldn't pull that off, so I started thinking like, well, if I can't get like licenses for everything, how can I do a con? I said, you got some. You own some IP. You know, why don't you use yours? So suddenly it shifted to Chronicon instead of Comic-Con, and suddenly the plot of the movie shifted along with it and stuff. So necessity being the mother of invention. I didn't do all this because I'm like, I just want to walk into a room filled with thousands of me. No, we're only doing this because this is ultimately, ironically enough, cheaper. That is phenomenal. Look at that, show that, look at this. I love that, man. That's amazing. All sorts of variations of Jays and Silent Bobs and whatnot. So it's kooky.
Morning.
And this is not?
Yeah, this is Jay. Thank you.
And this is also not? Too much information.
This time around, you know, I think if people had shown up and we just kind of gave them the show that we told them we were making, which is like, they go to Hollywood to stop the movie again, it would have been, you know, disappointing. I think people would have been like, oh, it is actually the same movie. I thought you were joking around. Instead, we kind of give them something, we give them the feels. I love laughing, don't get me wrong, but to feel shit, that's everything. Like, not just feel happy through laughter, but just to feel something that's quasi-real, something that pulls your heartstrings, like kind of shit that makes you scream out during, you know, an Avengers movie or something like that. That's where my head is these days.
I don't know a lot of stuff, okay, but I do know this is, you're a great kid, and some asshole really missed out on being your dad.
Thanks. Oh my God, you guys.
That's wonderful. What a grace. To be able to pull that off with those characters, that's a magic trick. They'll never give me an award for that, and I don't give a shit, because that's a You're very, very great at your job.
Give Jerry the award. He did the emotional.
He really did. Oh, that's good. That almost made me cry. And I was like, what good writing. And I remembered I wrote it.
Wow. Yeah, right? Yeah? Right. Welcome to my life.
I need to step away from that.
Not all of us are in the new Quentin Tarantino movie. Some of us have to seek for our glory where we can find it.
Hey, sir, you get plenty of compliments. Let's settle down.
I think Tarantino shot a scene with 200 Tarantinos walking around in costume. I think this is.
Well, this is only his 9th film. Give him to the 10th. Margaret?
All right, guys, let's get going, please. Fix this next.
As sort of an inside joke to those who know, I play a character called Ted Underhill, and the boys steal my credit card number to use throughout the remainder of the film. So you'll only see me for a short time, but I live on throughout the film.
My first pet was Bingo. I don't know, 7 inches. Sorry. Yeah, I'll hold it. Give me cut. After Kevin's heart attack, I think everyone is just so happy to be working with him again and be around him again. And it's such a joyous experience and such a great victory lap for 2 great characters from Kevin's films to come back in this way. So just that he asked me to be part of it is huge. That is a picture wrap on Ralph Garman, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's slide that screen over about like 3 feet.
235. What a horrible thing to do to an actor, but if there is any actor who can handle it, it's Dan Fogler. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh! Security! And cut. Give it up for Dan. We'll do another one.
Like when I was growing up, I couldn't wear my hat backwards and a long trench coat without people saying, "Hey, Silent Bob," you know. And I was like, "Hey, no, I'm me," you know. But he was such a huge influence on my childhood. So it's so cool to just be here working with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a picture wrap on Dan Fogler. Give it up for him. Chronicon, finished, done. We shot here at the Hilton for 3 days. It looked amazing, looked real. Everyone's cosplay was astounding, creative, wonderful and stuff. It's just good times, man. Like, this is a big sequence in the movie that leads into our final sequence, which we start tomorrow. But glorious, man. Life has a lot of pros and cons, but Chronicon, pun intended, is very pro. Right now, we're about to shoot with Tommy Chong, which is a real honor for those of us who grew up watching those movies. But Tommy is 80, so we may be moving at a different pace. Let's all look out for him and stuff. We gotta make sure we hand the world back an icon unscathed and stuff. Give it up for Tommy Chong!
He's right. You can't take chances with an old guy.
Who's old?
It's kind of good you're not using the real shit. Or else it'd be a one take and one done.
Here we go, and action.
Smells like this reboot went up in smoke.
We just finished with Tommy Chong. I might just be finished myself. We paid homage, if you will, to the man who laid the track upon which our stoner movie engine travels. That guy did it first.
Oh, you made him mad. He's mad now.
I'm thinking I'm getting Welcome to the show, returning royalties of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Joe Reibman's here, man.
Two cameras, eh, Mark?
Dress, then wig, Alice, and then whip the hair back and forth, as one of
Slide,
Will
please.
Smith's kids told us.
Action!
I am secret agent from Russia!
It is like 5 in the morning, and Alice is being tasked to act this ridiculously. Give it up for Alice. Woo! Take us there, Alice.
He's saying, I'm your father.
Did you know this shit?
Нет.
Okay, so we're at Chronicon, and Chronicon is a pop culture convention. And so if you're talking pop culture, you need to talk to somebody who knows about pop culture. I turn to the co-host of celebrated podcast, Fat Man Beyond, Mark Bernardin.
Hey, what's up?
Coming out to act like. Tell them who you're playing in the movie.
I'm playing a sleeping person.
Named?
Mark Bernardin.
And Mark came this far to play himself. Isn't that amazing, man? He's literally in the audience as Mark Bernardin. And so we get to advertise our podcast because we know a guy. We got this on camera. Pretty sweet.
Get any clearances?
None whatsoever.
Excellent.
Free ad, man. Juice us up a little bit. What does it feel like to come out and around in a movie?
It feels kind of surreal, but super cool. I'm going to stretch my acting chops. I haven't done much since my years studying under Stella Adler, but I figure like I'll bring it for you. The high heat.
It's all about sense memory, man. Or is it muscle memory? I think the Stella Adler method is all about muscle memory. It's like type pull guns.
Holy shit! The guy that's not Kevin Smith just got fisted! And he didn't even use lubricant!
Hey, God, give it up to the boy!
So it's basically 3 moves. 4 moves. Back twist, get the stick, hit a guy, look over here and hit a guy, turn around back to back, and then a slap shot. You're gonna back twist this guy, boom! Okay, he's gonna fly out of frame there. Here comes Mr. Guy here. You're gonna go, shwam! Okay? Right when you do that, you see Jay, and you guys are gonna go back to back. Ha-ha! And action! 3, 2, 1, boom! Here we go. Ready and action!
That joint you gave me really came in handy.
Whatever you do, don't tell your mom I gave you weed.
That's so awesome. This is why we did the movie. Look at this shit, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Team Kurtzman.
And background action.
Ready. Go, guys. And action!
Posters of it, they were like, you can't give any of that.
No, this is totally awesome.
Stuff, because right now it's hidden, it's secret. till
Right
the movie
now.
comes
That's
out.
totally awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course,
man.
brother. Happy birthday, brother.
You hold it up for camera?
Yeah.
Yes. See what it says? Thanks for keeping us all awake, my man. Again, dude, I had Josh outside asking him something. He missed it all.
You didn't see the picture?
No, it's my fault, dude. I had him outside.
Beautiful speech I gave.
That's a picture wrap on the girls, girls, girls. You hear screaming and all this stuff. Big speech from Daddy and the director, but I missed it all. Not only did I miss it, I made the guy behind the camera miss it, filming it, having it.
I'm sorry, and by the way, Daddy, that's him. I don't go around telling people to call me Daddy on set. But yes, because of this Lloyd, he took that Lloyd, and we missed the beautiful picture wrap. I was perhaps the most poetic I've ever been in my life. No, I'm actually glad. I referred to the kid as Batman Jr., and my wife was like, that's what you went with? And now I just double hit it. What an idiot. Anyway, let's back on him. He pulled the camera away, and we missed the girls' rap. So the girls' rap. This is the last night of the girl gang, and as you can see, this kid's a mess. Apparently, we just raised her in a room full of pillows and clouds because look at that. Look at how, you know me, like I cry at Marvel stuff and whatnot, but
You just cried like 5 minutes ago.
How do we do this? Door's locked. He runs in, tries to shake it, can't get out. Two Kakanagas go and grab him, drag him away. Everyone's what's happening.
hopefully we've all gotten like the emotional stuff out of the way so we can shoot the real emotional stuff so we can shoot the fake emotional stuff as we head into the scene. But a lot of people here who I deeply love today added to the cast, man. Of course, we're going to be carried as always by Christ himself. Give it up for Jason Hughes. This person's the only reason I know that I could be a writer. When I was a kid, I found some writing. She had done, what's this? And she said, I'm writing a book. And I said, what do you mean? She's like, I'm writing a story about me and my friends. We go on an adventure. And I'd never heard that before. I was like, you can't just write a book. You got to ask the government or some such shit. And she was like, no, anybody can write anything. You know, if you want to write one day, you can. And it took me a little while, and one day I started writing and stuff. So I don't get here without her. And she was in Chasing Amy, and it allows me to kind of continue the story that we told at the end of the movie. This scene is basically a sequel to Chasing Amy, as close as we'll ever get, man. And it happens, ironically, in the middle of a Jay and Silent Bob picture. But my sister came back. Give it up for Virginia. We don't get to tell this story in this scene at all whatsoever if I don't meet this other person, man. And I told her this morning, I was like all these trucks came to this parking lot in New Orleans, and a lot of people jumped on planes, and a lot of people rearranged their lives because her and I met years ago. That's what a powerful, impactful person she was. I did some of the greatest things I'll ever do in my career, some of the greatest art I ever made with these cats. And Chasing Amy begins and ends really with Joey Adams. Joey. This, I just lost it this morning and wept in a man's arms, and it felt so good. I'm asking questions about where I am in life and stuff like that. Sometimes it's important to give yourself over to something far more powerful than you, and I did that when I got to hug somebody I haven't hugged in a long time, and I was just so relieved, so glad. Every tear spent was about like, I missed you. I just wanted to come play, and we're getting to do that today. And not only did he come out, which until I walked in the trailer, I was like, we're being punked. Not only that, but like he came to play. In rehearsal, he just spit out 8 pages of the biggest tongue-twisting dialogue on the planet, almost like it was a test of our friendship, and he was like, I passed. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ben Affleck. All right, we ain't done this in 23 years. Let's try it again.
Chasing Amy was the movie that kind of saved my career, and also I made it with those kids, with Joey, Jason, and Ben, kids that I met on Mallrats and stuff, and this was like us doing it down in the dirt, 250 grand. I believed in them, like the studio wanted other people, but I was like, we'll take less money to do like this. This is an important part of who I am, of my mythos.
You know, Kevin was the first person to offer me like a lead role, you know, to sort of like believe in me for a movie that was actually going to be distributed and that someone was going to do, and really leveraged a lot of his personal credibility, believing in me just because he had met me on Mallrats and we had kind of made friends, and he wrote this beautiful script and he just called me and offered it to me. It was the first time I didn't have to audition for a movie. It was the first time I really felt like a director, you know, really believed in me and took a chance on me, and I've always been grateful to him for that.
I mean, I feel like Kevin's film is different than a lot of, I think a lot of remakes are sometimes just because the film was successful and let's make another. But with Kevin's film, it feels, not to sound too like literary, but like very esque in a sense that he's created this world and this, I kind of think of it as a county, but it's like New Jersey and these people from there, and you know, they've gone in and out of all his works. So for him to want to do this reboot is more than just like, let's make another Jay and Silent Bob. It's like, let's bring my entire body of work, you know, into one film.
To play with those characters again and be like, what are they doing now? Oh my God, I was in heaven.
You know, Kevin's always written, like, even though some of these, you know, Jay and Bob movies can be just like sort of broad or funnier or slapstickier or like, as he said, dick and fart jokes, you know, he has a deceptive kind of, all that belies a sort of a deep feeling that comes out in his writing. So I think it was natural that he would write about having children, since this, obviously he's done such a great job raising his own.
Action.
She wants to know who Daddy's talking to.
Hi, little pink sugar heart. Say hello to Daddy's friends. Kind of men you're gonna have to learn to stay away from when you get older. That's Jay, and that's Silent Bob.
What did you say?
I said, these are the kind of guys you're gonna have to learn to stay away from when you get older. It's Daddy's friend Jay, Daddy's friend
I
Silent.
have to stay them away when I get older? Why?
Well, I'll explain that to you when, you know, when the appropriate time comes. But for now, boys, this is our daughter, Amy.
Say hello, Jay and Silent Bob.
Hi, Jay and Silent Bob.
Hi, pretty. I saw you in the movie and you were so awesome. I want to see it. You want me to do it too? Is that good? And then we come over here.
Thank you so much. I am gonna cook another lunch house.
Great.
All right, guys, I'm turning into a pumpkin. I just want to say thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, man, for giving my start. My whole career, my whole world. We were hunting, chasing Amy. Wouldn't have happened without him. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Thank you all. It was a pleasure.
That's a picture wrap on Virginia. Oh, fuck, I was going to call you Smith. Virginia Sheridan. Well done, everybody. And that is a picture wrap on Joey Lauren Adams, ladies. Thank you, everybody, from the bottom of my heart. This movie's phenomenal. I can't believe we made it in 21 days, but we did. I got the footage to prove it. Looks phenomenal. Everyone did a fantastic job. I fought coming down to Louisiana because I was like, it can't possibly look like everything we needed to look. Not only did it look like everything we needed to look, but this crew is phenomenal. You're all welcome on any show I do in the future, man. You all brought talent, proficiency, heart to the project, man. You put your all into it and stuff, so I thank you, man. It's been an overwhelming 21 days. It's been a very emotionally overwhelming day, but I'm relatively sure that we got everything we needed, man. That was weird. I had to work 25 years to get a day like that, man. That's a real legacy day, and you were all here for it. One of the greatest days I ever had on a movie set in my life, working with my kids again, man. I was so proud. I can't even relate what it was. One thing for them to be good in the movie, that's fine, but they came so prepared. We're done. Like, we could have been sitting there for another 3 hours, but everyone was on point. The cast knew all their lines. The crew was ready to shoot the shit out of it, and we did it, man. I am just the guy that's like, I want to do a bunch of shit. This would be fun. This would be fun. It takes very capable, smart people to make that happen, man. And in my case, I was backed by the smartest and the most capable. Give it up for Tracy, Liz, and Jordan. It's weird the things that you care about the older you get, man. And a straight collar and hair was like it on the movie. I never had to worry about the performances. I never had to worry about how the movie played out or how it looked and stuff like that. Because when you get to this part in life, we're all in the game. We've been here for a while, man. If you can roll on a show, you're already a Jedi. You're already super talented, more so than most in the world and stuff like that. So to collect this many Jedis in one place and whatnot, try to make a show is thrilling. I didn't have to worry about baseline things because everyone took care of their own jobs and like over delivered. Like, it's weird to be a dude in a room sitting there smoking weed and being like, this would be cool. And you go from this thing where you start by yourself and then slowly it becomes this group of people that believe, a congregation, and you put up a cathedral and then you're done and you walk away and it lives there for the rest of your lives and people walk by it and talk about it and you go, hey, remember when you built that? And you're like, yeah, I'll never forget building this cathedral. It's beautiful. It's the best one I ever built. That has everything to do with everybody here. So thank you. Let's finish this. So after 21 very long packed days of trying to make it, trying to get everything done in the 12, 13, once 15 hours, there's nothing left to shoot. We're done. That's a wrap on Louisiana. It went too fast. And it was a different experience than I thought I would have. I thought it'd be fun and easy. And it was fun. And all things considered, it was easy. But I love this movie because this is where I found out how much I still care about the job. And that was nice to know. Yeah, man, I learned a lot. And that's weird to say 25 years into the job. I learned Muse is a better actor than I thought. And I thought he was pretty good. I learned that, like, people can still surprise you. I learned sometimes it's as simple as reaching out. I learned that I like working with my kid, but I knew that. I learned that I like playing with my characters. You know, again, I don't blame anybody, but like, I'd done so many of those movies, and then people would be like, you do too many of those movies. Oh, it's another like Kevin Smith movie where everything's connected and shit. And so after a while, you know, I did them for 12 years and then I put it down. And God, did I miss it. That's all I have in this world. Those are mine. Those characters are mine. So it was awesome to open up the box and pull out all the toys and set them up and play with my kid. Be like, this is what I used to do before you were born. This guy would go here and this girl would go here and they would say this shit to each other. And then these cats over here. It was fun. It's beautiful. And now we got the movie to show for it, man. And it's like so weird to say because I wouldn't imagine this going in, but seriously, one of the best flicks I've ever made. And the lesson in that is I leaned into me. I did me. At one point I was like, oh, I shouldn't do me anymore. I should do somebody else. That's Jersey Girl, Zach and Miri Make a Porno. Well, now I'm just going to do me, which sounds very masturbatory, and is pretty much the case. But I'm doing me. Began with two men and a dream. One man and a dream. He for years was like, we should do another Jay and Silent Bob movie. I'm like, no, we're lucky we did one. And then one day I was like, the boy's right. So here we are. You made a beautiful movie. A beautiful movie. Say something.
The movie is definitely, like he said, it's reading it on the pages. I was like, this is beautiful, but then seeing it because he's already cut stuff, and then working with Harley, and like he said, I teared up. I don't know. I'm super excited. I wanted to pull him aside and say thanks. Again, I'm horrible talking on the camera when it comes to sharing and bearing my heart.
Should have played Silent Bob.
Again, I can talk and tell funny stories, but when it comes to speaking my heart, it's hard. But again, I love Kevin, and I'm so happy we got to do this. I'm like blown away we're done. And I wanted to come and say, everyone, that is a wrap on Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, and I love this guy, and I'm gonna hug him, I'm gonna kiss him, and you're gonna see it, and Josh is gonna slowly push out an Eddie. But what the great thing is, guys, I don't mean to say this again, but on the other side of the camera, Josh wouldn't be here or have his wife if it also wasn't for Jay and Silent Bob or this guy. Thank you. All right, guys, thank you, man. That's a wrap for Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I love you.
And action camera. Action, Matt.
Hi, remember me? I'm Loki, the Angel of Death from Dogma.
Well, I think he's mellowed a little bit. He used to just give you line readings, like he wrote in a very particular voice. I would honor like every comma and exclamation point, whereas Ben was a little more fast and loose with his dialogue.
And action.
G'day, I'm Chris Hemsworth, and I've been paid to welcome you to the 10th annual Hollywood Chronicon. I listen to Kevin Smith's podcasts when he reviews movies to kind of steal what he says and use them in my own interviews to sound a little bit more intelligent and educated on the comic book world and filmmaking in general. Thanks, Kevin.